So now that we have it to where the AI will go through and always be targeting the closest player, including transitioning to them, what we want to do is start working on kind of more the attack and ability side of things for the zombie. So we have our logic, we can leave the state tree open, and we want to go to our pawn. So let's go to our core pawns zombie pawn. And we basically have our ability system component, but we need to a way to basically grant some kind of default abilities. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and simply change this ability system component to the input ability system component, just so we can add, our starting ability information. So to begin, let's go to our zombies module, go to our zombie pawn, and we want to change the ability system component to U input ability system component. Now we also, in the build.cs, let's go ahead and bring in the ability system core, so that way we can use it. So now let's just for declare and go to the CPP. So in our constructor, we want to change over to the U input ability system component, and we need to include it. So let's go ahead and include the components input. No, that's not right. What was it? Yeah, so it just hasn't, yeah, I can't speak, finished including. So we want the input ability system component.h. And that should take care of our remaining problems. So let's go ahead, close down the editor, recompile, and relaunch. Okay, once we are back in the editor, we can go back to our zombie pawn and grab the ability system component, and we can add our starting abilities. So we need to make basically a attack ability. Now I'm going to prototype this in Blueprint. So I'm going to just go to our SKG zombies folder. Do I have? Yeah, we can, I guess, delete that. Barricade uses that, and wall weapon uses that. So we need to move these at some point. But we're just going to make a new input, or not an input, sorry, a new gameplay ability. So let's name it GA underscore zombie attack. So inside of here, we are basically just going to play a montage. So we can go ahead and get the avatar actor from actor info and cast to the character class. Or better yet, let's just find a mesh component. So not that, we want to get component by class using the skeletal mesh component. Now we are going to be refactoring this into a C++ ability at some point, but for now, this is sufficient. And here we want to play montage. However, we don't necessarily want to do, a normal montage because there is a ability task that can do this for us. So if we look for, I cannot remember exactly what it was called. So it's not play montage. Oh wait, maybe it is. Play montage and wait. So this one will actually replicate the montage itself. So to show you what I mean, it'll just fetch, all the information we need for us. We are simply going to, let's give it a random montage. So for testing, let's just do the BAR reload. And then from here on completed, let's just end the ability. So compile, save, and we want to make this on our zombie pawn a starting ability. So let's add GA underscore zombie attack. So what we want to do is in attack player, we want to actually fire off this ability task. Or not this ability task, but activate the ability. So we need to make an ability task, a state tree task that can actually fire off abilities. So to begin, let's go ahead and make a new state tree task. and st task. Let's call it activate ability. So in here, enter state, we want to know who to activate this on. So we need a input of the, let's just do actor. Yeah, we'll just call it actor. And let's give it the category of input, or better yet, we could actually do context. And I'll explain why here in a second. So if I go ahead and add this task right here, you can see that it automatically kind of populated the actor like so. So what we want to do is in our state tree task, we want to have an input, well, not an input, a exposed property. That's going to be the basically ability we want to try to activate. So let's call it the ability, and it'll be a gameplay ability as a class reference. So instance editable and expose on spawn. So now we can know which actor we want to use, and we can tell it which ability we want to activate. So in our case, we want the zombie attack. So in our activate ability, from our actor, let's go ahead and get the ability system component. So we can call activate ability. So we want to try to activate ability by class, with the ability class being this ability class. And pretty much, yeah, that's going to actually be it for this case. So compile save, and we should be able to see the attack ability happen. So in our case, the zombie should start reloading more or less. So let's just see. So here he is, walks up to us and attacks. And it's printing out attacking player. However, nothing is actually happening. So let's try to see. Let's make sure the ability is actually being activated. So we'll do a print string and just say GA underscore zombie attack. And with any luck, it will actually, well, we'll see it. So we get attacking player, but we do not get the ability, print being fired off. So let's go back to our activate ability task. We have the actor, which should be the zombie. The zombie has the ability system component, and it has the starting ability of GA zombie attack. Let's see, what else could possibly be wrong? One thing would be changing to instanced per actor. We don't care about any sort of prediction, so these will be just, server only logic. But yeah, we shouldn't have to worry about anything else, so it should just fire off. Try again. And yeah, so it seems like we're kind of stuck in that logic. Well, not logic, but it's not actually activating the ability. So let's go to here, do a print string, and print the return of the try activate ability. Okay. So we are getting false. So it's not able to activate the ability. So let's make sure the ability system component that we're getting is correct, which it realistically should be. So that's the only other thing I can think of to check at the moment, which that is valid. So something else is just wrong. So I'm going to go try to figure out why real quick. Okay, so I found out what was wrong, and basically it's that we don't actually have the ability given to us. So pretty much what's happening, and I completely forgot the starting abilities and all this kind of stuff, this is not set up to run for AI. It is in particularly done in regards to, well, let me rephrase that, like our player stuff. However, for our player stuff, we are calling it manually, so we can basically do the same kind of thing to give our starting information. So I kind of messed up my words there at the start. So for example, let's go to our player pawn, and I'll show you what I mean. So once our ability system is set up, so we have our possessed by, we make our way to our client ready, in which case we call our set starting equipment. Okay, so we don't do it here, we do it in the player state. So once the client is ready, such as begin play on the AI, we go ahead and we give it the various abilities. So we can go ahead and copy this actually, go to our zombie pawn, and in begin play, after we init the actor info, let's go ahead and just do a if has authority. We want to just give the starting abilities, attributes, and effects. Then we can rebuild, and now we should actually have our ability being given to us by default. So that's what we wanted to make sure of. So now, when we run it, whenever we get hit, it should also fire off that print string from the ability. So we get hit, and we get true. So we see GA zombie attack being printed out. So sending event, attacking player. So false for activating the ability. However, I swore I saw a GA zombie attack somewhere. So we're adding the ability. Okay, so here it is. So it is firing off the ability. So it's just not seeming to do much else. So let's go back to our attack doohickey here and give it one more try. So I'm going to revert back to having just one zombie for testing because that's going to make it a little bit easier. Okay, press play, clear the log. Now we can make sure, we know exactly what's happening. So it receives the event and it attacks, and then every attack after, nothing happens. But we attack the player, activate the ability, and we are basically just waiting on the ability to do stuff. So basically this ability is just not, it's not playing the montage, rather. So that's going to be due to how we have our anim BP set up. So if we go to our anim BP, here in the anim graph, you can see we have no default slot. So we need to add that. So if we search for slot, we can plug that in, and this will let us perform montages. So now, since everything logic-wise seems to be good to go, this should perform the montage, which it does, as you can see there, and there. So because those animations are additive, they're going to look quite messed up. So what we want to do now is set up a attack montage, pretty much. So I can actually delete that. Let's go to our assets, zombies, animations, and attack. So we want to right click on one of them, create a anim montage, and name it am underscore zombie underscore attack 1. Or let's just do, we'll just do it in a single montage for now. So we can, select a random one to use pretty much if we really want to. So here we have basically everything kind of set up. So let's go to our zombie attack ability and change it to the attack. So now we should see the zombie actually performing the attack. So we get hit, and there's our attack. We get hit again, and there's our attack. So what we want to do now is let's play with 2 clients just to confirm that this is actually replicating. So I'll have this client just simply watch, we get hit, and we are not getting a replicated montage. So let's see why that might be. Okay, so I have no idea what actually happened, but it is working, and I didn't actually change anything. So I'm not, really sure what's going on there. But anyways, if I play as a client with a listen server, yada yada, you can see the montage does in fact replicate when the zombie swings. So it is performing the attack that we want. So, again, I don't know exactly what happened. That was just kind of weird. So, regardless, we are good to go here. So, we just want to make sure we end the ability when the montage has completed. So that way we can simply reactivate the montage after the attack. So, with that said, I'd say we are in a pretty good spot. So, that's going to pretty much end this video here. And in the next video, it's probably going to be a good point to start working on the actual, player's health. So that way we can make the attack actually do stuff and hurt the player. So, I will see you then. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.